When it comes to missed game-winning shots, there's really only two kinds of them. You got the ones where, yeah, you certainly wish you would have made it, but it's not like it's the end of the world. And you also have the ones that ultimately end up costing you everything. Here are missed shots that would have changed the trajectory of NBA history if only they had gone in. Enjoy the video. It was Game 1 of the 2015 NBA Finals, the very first game of what would turn out to be an epic rivalry. We just didn't know it yet. In the final possession of regulation, LeBron does miss a shot that would have put them on top, but it's what happened afterwards that makes you go, man, what could have been?
James drives, falling away, misses, rebound, Shumpert puts it back up, at the buzzer, won't go.
Now, I wasn't able to find any replays of this shot, but I did come across this angle that somebody happened to record from the crowd. Listen closely to the fans reacting to the ball almost going in. They literally exhaled in relief, as only a sliver of space is what prevented that ball from going in. Yeah, it was kind of an awkward shot, but that doesn't take away the fact that if that would have gone in, then this would have never happened.
Irving falls down, hangs on, gets it to J.R. Smith. Can't hit the three, Green with another rebound. And Kyrie Irving is hurt, limping up the floor.
Personally, I always hated the fact that he missed that shot because it caused them to go into overtime, which ultimately led to Kyrie's injury, forcing him to sit out for the remainder of the series. Before it really even got started, Kyrie had no idea that this would lead to his demise. But hold on, there's something else worth mentioning too. If the Cavs would have won that game, then they quite possibly would have won the series, because what proceeds to happen after Game 1? Cleveland goes on to win the next two games. So would they have been looking at a potential 3-0 lead over the Warriors if Shumpert's shot had gone in, giving them the momentum they needed? Once again, Game 2 and 3 went to the Cavs anyway. At the end of the day, who really knows? It's just something to get you thinking. We all know about Chris Webber's darkest moment on a basketball court. To this day, that still eats him up inside. But there was another disappointing moment in his career that literally made him drop to his knees. 2004 Western Conference semifinals between the Sacramento Kings and the Minnesota Timberwolves. This series was certainly a good one, going all the way to 7 games. And in Game 7, during the waning seconds, the Kings were trying to keep their season alive.
4-point game. Bibby, Christie for 3. And it's a 1-point game with under 17 seconds to play in a Minnesota timeout.
Sam Cassell then would go on to hit 2 free throws to put Minnesota up by 3. Sacramento still had a chance with plenty of time to make something happen, but the MVP of the league, Kevin Garnett, was not going to let his team lose.
To top. Caught by Miller. Rejected by Garnett.
Remember, the winner would punch their ticket to the Western Conference Finals, so of course the last couple of seconds was a nail-biter. Here's how things unfolded.
Webber for the tie, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to the Western Conference Finals.
Now sure, there was no guarantee that the Kings would have won in overtime, but they at least wanted the chance. And obviously a missed shot is definitely not as bad as the mental mistake he committed in college, but to him, as a competitor, I'm sure it still stings just as much. And let's not forget the fact that had the Kings won, they would have been set to face the LA Lakers in the conference finals once again, who they were probably just dying to get their hands on again, ever since that heartbreaker a couple years prior. But just like it always is with the Sacramento Kings, I guess it wasn't meant to be. One of the most popular what-ifs out there revolves around Ray Allen's famous shot in Game 6 of the 2013 NBA Finals. You know, what if he had missed that shot? But I believe there was another what-if moment that also occurred in that same exact game that rarely gets brought up. In fact, believe it or not, it literally took place right after that Ray Allen shot.
Parker on the drive, puts it up, overtime here in Game 6.
Now look, I know it was a very tough, off-balance shot, but if you look closely, you'll see that LeBron made it a tough shot by stepping on his foot, but even at that, it was still a very makeable shot. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, do you realize how close the Spurs were to another freaking championship? I mean, that graphic below the scoreboard could have easily been changed to San Antonio wins 4-2 if Parker had made that shot. And by the Spurs winning, there would have been no talk about Ray Allen saving LeBron's legacy at all, because Parker's shot would have one-upped it. But obviously his legacy still would have took a hit because of the loss anyway, affecting his overall finals record. People say that LeBron dodged one bullet that night, but I would argue that he actually dodged 2 bullets that night. In my opinion, I believe this is one of the most overlooked moments of all time. Here we have another one featuring the Warriors and Cavs, and when I say that it's from Game 1 of the 2018 NBA Finals, you automatically know the sequence I'm talking about, so we might as well skip straight to that. George Hill is at the line with a little under 5 seconds left after being fouled by Klay Thompson, as he tries to not only tie the game, but to also hopefully put his team up by 1. He does manage to tie the game with the first free throw, which is what they wanted to happen at the very least, but no one could have predicted what was coming next.
Hill misses, rebound goes to the Cavs, J.R. Smith brings it back out, throws it to Hill, Hill shot blocked. And we'll go to overtime. You get the feeling J.R. Smith thought they had the lead. He didn't know the score.
Now, of course, nobody really blames George Hill at all, because obviously it was J.R. Smith's job to be aware of the situation, but you can't help but to think that all of this could have easily been avoided if he would have just knocked down that simple free throw. Just think about it, this famous meme would have never been born had Hill made that second free throw. Also, the Cavs would have had a great chance to win the game if they were up by 1 with only 4 seconds left, instead of J.R. Smith doing what he did. Cleveland also would have obtained a lot of confidence and momentum if they had managed to steal Game 1 on the road, and LeBron's legendary performance would have been even more legendary had it ended with a W. I'm not entirely saying it's George Hill's fault, but I'm sure J.R. Smith wishes he would have made that free throw, so none of that would have happened. Alright guys, let me know some other missed shots that could have been in this video. Make sure to comment down below, and of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.